Hello, Sunny here. We are going to continue our second video on Sweet Sister Mary by Queensryche, and I'm going to start from the very last part from the last video into the main riff. So let's stop right there, and right after we do this part, which is a minor with a flat 5, after that we go into a F chord. Is an F power chord on the D and G string. You basically put your index finger on the 3rd fret of your D string and your ring finger on the 5th fret of your G string. But you also need to play the open B string. It's got that it has that flat 5 sound to it with the 5th also added. So the pattern goes like this. Once you play that, you got to move your hand in the same position up to your 5th, your G chord, power chord on the 5th position. Same power chord. You just move it up a whole step. Again, you still have to play the open B string. Okay, so here's a pattern. It goes like this. And you repeat that again. So let me do it slowly. It goes like this. So we go 3rd fret on the D string, and then 5th fret of the G, open B, 3rd fret again on the D, open B string, 5th fret on the G string, back to 3rd fret of your D string, 5th fret of your G string again, open B string, 3rd fret of your D string, open B string. That's when you slide up and you play the 7th fret of your G string, open B string, 5th fret of your D string, and 7th fret of your G string. That's the pattern. Let's play it slowly again. Once we finish playing that part, we go into the main riff, and it goes like this. Alright, what that is, let's go over the intervals first. This is all in the key of A. So you play on the open A mute string. And what we have, let me go over the intervals first. There's a 2 notes. There's a 2 notes chord. The first one is a flat 5. It's a 7th fret of your D and the 8th fret of your G string. Okay, I play with the middle and ring finger on those 2 notes. And this is like a A flat 5 interval, and then you have an A major 3rd interval. You keep your finger on your middle finger on the 7th fret of your D, and your index finger on the 6th fret of your G string. Just play those 2 notes. So it goes like, so you got a flat 5 interval and you got major 3rd interval. Okay. Next we have the next interval. We have like an A A6. If you know the power chord A right here, which is one of the interval we'll be using, it's the 7th fret on the D and the 9th fret of your G string. Looks like an A power chord. Now, if you put your pinky on the 11th fret of your G string, while your index finger stays on the 7th fret, that's an A6. Because you got a 5th, and then you move one whole step up as a 6. Okay. So all the chords we have so far, we have the flat 5, major 3rd, A5, it's like a power chord, and A6. Okay, those are the chords, and then you always mute on the A string. Okay, so here's the pattern. You start from the flat 5 interval. So he goes flat 5, and then you go flat 5 to major 3rd. That's the first part. The next part goes like this. So it goes from the major 3rd to the A6 chord. Again, it's the pinky on the 11th fret on your G, while your index finger is still on the A note on the 7th fret of your D string. So far we have this. Okay. The next part we go with we go from the power chord of A5 back to the flat 5. Okay. So we have this. Slowly again. I'm sorry. The next part, you go mute A string again, and then you play the flat 5 and hammer onto the A5. Okay. You play that chord, and then you hammer on with your ring finger to the 9th fret of your G string. Okay. And once you do that, you gotta mute the A string one time, open A, and then you do the A5 to flat 5. Mute again, and then you go from flat 5 to major 3rd. Mute again, and then you play the A6. Okay. Mute again, and then you play the major 3rd to flat 5. Mute again one more time on the open A, and then you play the flat 5 hammer onto power chord again. Okay, so that's the pattern. And you repeat the whole thing again. So let me play it slowly. Play the whole thing, and then show you where you stop, and you repeat the whole riff again. So it goes like this. And then you repeat that part. Once you play that, and you repeat it again from the beginning. The beginning goes like this again. And let's repeat it again. So if you play fast, it sounds like this. And you just go play that pattern again. So once you get to that part, it goes into a next section. Okay, so basically you go from here, flat 5 and hammer onto power chord, and then you play the okay, so you go open A string, mute, and you play the power chord of A, middle 2 string, and you play flat 5 interval, And you mute open A string 3 times. Do it again. 3 times. And you move up to the F power chord in the middle 2 string. That would be your 3rd fret of your D and 5th fret of your G string. Again, it's a 5th. You do a flat 5 after that. Actually, it goes like this. Alright. The perfect 5th 3 times, and then flat 5. So good. With that part right there, what we have is a 3rd fret of your D and 4th fret of your G string. Basically, this is a flat F flat 5 interval, and then go to F major interval, similar to A. You keep your middle finger on the 3rd fret of your D string, and your index finger is on the 2nd fret of your G string. So it goes like, and you play open D and G string together, and then you play the A chord. You play the 2nd fret of the D and G string. The whole time you're playing just the middle 2 string, the D and G string, while you mute on the A string. Okay, so it goes like this in the beginning. And after that, it goes to that the part. That's when he sings, "I no more want of any faith, bind my arm and feed my mind." So again, I'm play the whole main riff again slowly. Sorry, start again.